330-581-37.
1480 WHBC Sports presents the High School Football TV Game of the Week. The Alt Care TV Game of the Week is brought to you by SARTA, Northern Ohio Honda Dealers, Malone University, Old Carolina Barbecue, Altman Health Foundation, Amison Dental Group, Massillon Cable Television, Friends and Family Credit Union, Expert Auto Collision, Jersey Sports Grill, and Alt Care, and can be seen locally on His TV Canton.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Perry High School, where tonight the Alt Care TV Game of the Week has the homestanding Perry Panthers playing host to the Central Catholic Crusaders. This game has been known to be called the Battle of 13th Street, and tonight, both teams coming off victories in Week 1 will square off on the turf here at Perry. I'm Dave Sheets. I'll have the play-by-play. Joining me in the booth, Mark Miller. Mark, first of all, let's talk about the Central Catholic Crusaders with Jeff Lindesmith, their head coach. Came away with a 1-point win last week.
Yeah, that was a good win against a very good Bellevue team. We're going to look at a couple of players. Number one on offense, the quarterback, number 13, Dylan Johnson. He's a senior, 6'2", 170. He threw the ball pretty well last week, 9 of 12, and also rushed for almost 50 yards. So he can do it both. He can run it, he can pass it. But tonight, one of the most important things he can do for his offense is make plays. He's very agile, got really good speed. He can make a couple of big plays, break it off against this Perry defense and give his offense a really good help. On defense, we're going to look at the middle linebacker. You're going to face a team that runs the ball a lot. Who's really important? The middle linebacker, Mark Long, number 44, 5'11", 228 pounds, leading tackler the last 2 years. But as important as those linebackers and Mark Long are, more important maybe is the defensive line to keep those offensive linemen from Perry off those linebackers so they can make those tackles.
All right, thanks, Mark. We look forward to your comments. Frank Salona, our sideline reporter tonight. Frank, like Central Catholic, the Perry Panthers with an impressive win in Week 1.
Yeah, very impressive. They played a team out of Canada. We don't know a whole lot about them and what they were like, but from what I hear, they were a big physical team, which I think Perry really liked and enjoyed that because it was an opportunity for them to get a little physical in the trenches like they really liked that. So tonight, though, for the Perry Panthers, Jaron Curtis, a senior, 5'9", 210 pounds. I mean, he is a little spark plug. 5 guys last week carried the football for Perry. I think Jaron Curtis is probably going to see the brunt of the action tonight. He is the guy that makes this team go. All-Ohio guy last year. Watch for Jaron Curtis on the offensive side. Defensively, look for Mr. Scurry, the big guy, 6'5", 260 pounds, Vinny Scurry. He's a defensive lineman that can really block things up in the middle. Mark talked about the quarterback, Dylan, and the things that they want to do, Dylan Johnson. Don't be surprised if Chase Miller gets a lot of running plays, and that's going to be a lot of action right there in the interior part of that line.
All right, we look forward to your work on the sidelines tonight. And before we go, Mark Miller, would you sign this for our statistician, Bob Jeffries? Would you sign that?
Yes.
Go ahead. Sign it right now.
I'll even try to make it legible.
Okay, sign it right now.
Oh, man, you're really testing me, aren't you?
That's okay.
All right, I feel like I'm coming off the field at
Now,
Kent State
Frank
University.
showed this to us on his phone last week, but
there you go.
Bob Jeffries, our statistician, was the one who brought this tonight, so we hope you get a good
Thanks,
look.
Bob.
Our Alt Care TV Game of the Week at Central Catholic and Perry, and it's coming up next from Perry High School.
With AltCare, you have more than just a health plan. You have a team of people whose purpose is to be your advocate. During all stages of life, AltCare will be there to ensure you receive the best health care. AltCare's dedicated staff puts your needs first, making sure you and your family receive quality health care services. AltCare, where you matter. Learn more at altcare.com.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
How's your home? Safeguard knows, and you can too. Wherever you are, day or night, whatever you're doing, Safeguard Home Security is professionally monitoring your home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can check on your home from anywhere at any time on your smartphone, tablet, or computer. The Safeguard app makes it easy to put your mind at ease. Safeguard Security from MCTV. Your home is just fine.
And we welcome you back to Perry High School and the AltCare TV Game of the Week. Central Catholic and Perry ready to get this one underway. Perry won the toss and deferred, so Central Catholic will receive. Real quick, Mark, let's take a look at our MCTV keys to the game.
I think for Central, they got to control the run game. Great run game by the Panthers. Perry, I think they got to play clean. No turnovers, limit mistakes. And both of them, who can seize and keep momentum early, it's a rivalry game. That'll mean a lot.
Our statistician Bob Jeffries tells me the game time forecast calls for sunny, warm conditions, 83, but it feels like 183 right now. As the Panthers will get ready to kick off, it's Cade Basham, one of the better kickers in Stark County this year. He's a senior, wears number 2. Dropping back for Central Catholic is number 19, Nick Ciacciola. Basham with a high and deep kick, and settling under it is Corlin Armour Smith to the 10. To the 15, tries to make a move, and he is going to be brought down back near the 10-yard line.
Great kick coverage.
Let's take a look at the Central Catholic Crusaders on offense. This report brought to you by your Northern Ohio Honda dealers. The starting lineups for Central. The wide receivers are Stallnaker, Armour Smith, Roth, and Levengood. The linemen across the front, Sutton, Johnson, Barnes, Roach, and Janowitz. The tailback is Miller, and the quarterback, number 13, Dylan Johnson. We'll check the Perry defensive starters after this play. 2 receivers to each side for quarterback Dylan Johnson. Johnson, run pass option. He's going to keep it. He gets outside, crosses the 15, and out near the 18-yard line. Nice run for Dylan Johnson on first down. As we take a look at the Perry defensive starters across the front, it's Coleman, Scurry, Gillel, and Barnes. The linebackers are Curtis, Huff, Wengert, and the defensive backs Vaness, Scurry, Vinas, and Armstrong. Again, the starting lineups brought to you by your Northern Ohio Honda dealers. Second down and about 4 for the Crusaders. Johnson looks, throws left. Ball is caught, and diving catch made by the senior Alex Stallnaker, number 34. That's a pickup of enough for a Central Catholic first down.
Well, I had a little room to run if he catches it and able to stay up, but a nice catch, and most important part right there is a first down to get it out away from your end zone a little bit.
That was a gain of about 4 yards, which is exactly what the Crusaders needed. So their first down of the night, and the ball is at the 22-yard line. Trips to the far side, Johnson back, lots of time. Now looking around, in trouble, avoids a would-be tackler. Being chased from behind, he's hit and knocked down, and after all is said and done, Mark, a loss of about a yard and a sack.
Well, that was just great pursuit. I think 31 was on that tackle. That is Richard Coleman, and I believe Anthony Brumbaugh, also number 56. This is where he's dangerous, but a good job by Perry. Look at the pursuit there.
Yeah. It's going to bring up a second down and 11 now. Ball back at the 21. Opening drive in our AltCare TV Game of the Week. Dave Sheets, Mark Miller, sideline reporter Frank Salona, statistician Bob Jeffries, and our image video crew here tonight at Perry. There's a give to Miller, and Miller with some running room crosses the 25, gets out near the 28-yard line.
Well, sent a man in motion across formation. The linebackers had to pay attention to that, and then you drop it off to another really good running back. Perry gets a lot of notoriety for all their running backs, but this kid's pretty good, Miller.
Chase Miller ran for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns in Central's 14-13 win over Bellevue last week. So a third down and about 5. Pass tipped and intercepted, picked off. And the interception by sophomore Vontae Armstrong, number 7, and our first turnover of the night.
Well, the pass wasn't that bad. It went off the receiver's hands and right into the DB's hands. Typically, a tipped ball is going to end up going the other direction. Here's a good look at it. And right on the right spot there was Armstrong, and a big turnover for Perry.
We'll take a look at the Perry offense and the Central defense in just a moment. Their starters at the 37-yard line, first down and 10. Frank Scurry is a 6'2 senior. He wears number 25. And they're going to give it off to one of the wingbacks, turning to the 35 to the 30. And a nice carry that time by number 32, Shavea Leitner, the 5'8 senior. Here now, the Perry starters on offense, brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Honda dealers. The wide receiver is Van Nest. The tight end is Kirkbride. Across the front, Luster, Huff, Johnson, Millen, and Norris. The running backs are Curtis, Coleman, and Leitner, and the quarterback is Scurry. We'll check the Crusaders' defense after this play. Second down and 2 after that 8-yard run by Leitner. Leitner in the motion, give to Curtis straight ahead. Ball comes out, picked up by the Crusaders to the 30, 35, cuts it back. That's Corlin Armour Smith. He is going to take it to the house. But there is a flag on the play, and it's going to come back. There's going to be a flag, probably came out on the return, Mark, all the way back near the 37-yard line of Central.
Well, you hate to give up the score, but if they can retain the ball, that's pretty important, because you thwart a Perry drive. They were getting down in closer to that red zone. Handoff into the interior there. Somebody got a hand on that ball, popped out right away. Corlin Smith picked it up and showed you he's got lots of speed.
Well, the penalty against the Panthers.
Well, they'll certainly decline that one. Here you go. Give it to the big guy up inside, and right there you can see the ball. It had already popped out by then, and here comes the guy that, how far was that, Bob? 77-yard touchdown.
How about that? Extra point attempt coming up now. The kicker for the Crusaders is a sophomore, number 48, Matt Kling, 5'8", 120 pounds.
Well, 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
Extra point is up. Kick is good. 9:05 remaining here in the first quarter on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Central Catholic jumps out on top. They lead Perry 7-0. We'll be back after this timeout.
Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
You can't tell your cold to wait? Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Get the app now. You can't tell your migraine to wait. Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Download the Altman Now app now.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of people have relied on SARTA for safe, affordable, reliable transportation.
People like Misty Williams, who's riding SARTA to a brighter future. Misty's a full-time student and mom who uses our fixed routes to get to school, pick up her son at daycare, and return home at the end of a very busy day.
School, shopping, Cleveland, Akron, the airport, for work or for play. People you know count on SARTA to meet their transportation needs. And we deliver.
SARTA, where can we take you today?
Welcome back to Perry Stadium. And the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard shows Central Catholic on top of Perry 7-0 here early in the first quarter. 9:05 remaining on our Alt Care TV Game of the Week.
Receiving for the Panthers, number
So each team has had the ball once, each team with a turnover, Mark.
Yeah, and you bet they're talking about cleaning that up on the sideline, because that could well be the difference in a rivalry game like this. Now that turnover turned into a touchdown. So by comparison, Central's interception didn't mean a whole lot. You come right back and get a touchdown off of a fumble. Now here's where the penalty's going to be assessed.
Well, that was the one thing that we missed. Missed the signal of what that penalty was on that kick return, or fumble return rather.
Yeah,
I'll get it right.
And they probably signaled it here before the kickoff too. Hey, that drive, how about it? One play. 77-yard fumble recovered by Carlin Armour Smith. The extra point was good, puts Central up 7-0 at 9:05 in the first quarter.
Kicking off is number 31, Michael Monastra. He kicks it into the end zone, where it is hauled in by Perry's Dominic Vinus. So now the Panthers will get the ball back. Let's take a look at the Crusaders defense, which we did not have the opportunity to check on that last series. Across the front, it's Cummins, Johnson, Bruckner, and Roach. The linebackers are Roth and Eberhardt, along with Long. And the corners, Armour Smith and Beck. And the safeties, DeRuza and Ciaciola. First down and 10 for the Panthers at their own 20-yard line. We've got a little confusion in that Perry huddle.
They're missing a player.
You bet. Maybe two.
Well, I think the last guy missed his opportunity to be out there. They grabbed somebody else and sent him.
And now there is a timeout. Head coach Keith Wakefield has to burn a timeout, one that he certainly didn't want to use in that situation.
No, he's not happy over there. After the fumble for a touchdown, and then a guy misses a chance to go out and have a play, they'll get it straightened out.
Hey, don't forget, 2018 high school football pocket schedules brought to you by Omni Orthopedics are available now at our sponsor locations and at the 1480 WHBC studios on Market Avenue South. For all the details and the latest in high school football, go to WHBCsports.com. That's WHBCsports.com.
Support your Panthers by attending our funnest fundraiser of the year.
That's the story of the game so far. You talk about limit mistakes.
Let's go, White!
Both teams start off, maybe some jitters. It's still only week 2. There's a lot of young guys out there yet, and really last week was not rivalry games for either of these guys, so this is big.
Well, last year over at Central, Perry won it, beating the Crusaders by a final of 21-7. Of course, Perry in Division II, playing in Region 7, Central Catholic in Division 4, playing in Region 17. So here are the Panthers with a first down and 10 at their 20, and they're going to give it off to Curtis. Curtis gets outside and all the way out near the 40-yard line for a first down and more. However, there's a flag on the play back inside the 30, and it's going to come back because it's going to be a holding penalty against the Panthers.
Well, he showed you some speed right there, and why Central has to be careful not to get outflanked on the perimeter. The tendency is to think the big guy Curtis is going to get it up inside and everybody jam up in the middle, but this perimeter run game is dangerous.
Mark, you want to talk about Jaron Curtis, All-Ohio running back last year, over 1,300 yards and 22 touchdowns.
Well, he had great numbers, and they list him at 210. He's every bit of that. Boy, what a great compliment to have speed on the outside, and they got it with both of those two wingbacks.
Well, the holding penalty puts the ball back at the 17-yard line. Put a man in motion, and Curtis is going to carry. Curtis has running room, escapes, and breaks another tackle, midfield, cuts it back, still on his feet, and all the way down inside the Central 45-yard line.
He's just a man, Dave. I mean, that is like trying to tackle a refrigerator. I don't know how you get your arms around him, man. 45-yard run, Bob Jeffries tells us. Here's a good look at it. Good job of pulling guard, kicked the guy out, and Curtis right up through the hole. And then look at that, a guy from behind, he didn't even know he was coming, just kind of shrugs him off. Takes 3 white shirts to bring that big guy down.
At the 43-yard line, first down and 10 for Perry. In that run and shoot that the Panthers are so well known for. And there's a handoff. And carrying the football down inside the 31-yard line Derek Coleman.
Whoops, I'm sorry, Dave.
Right.
Nick Cianciola on the tackle.
This is Coleman, a 6'2 senior wearing number 31. Picking up a big chunk.
It's good size. He cut it up in there, so these perimeter runners aren't just running to the sideline trying to outrun everybody. They can cut up field.
At the 30-yard line, another first down, and flag comes in.
One of the offensive linemen moved, I believe. You know, this offense is predicated on timing, especially with the guards as they pull. And sometimes it looks like they leave a little early because they're anticipating the count, and that time he left a little too early.
Well, another thing that Perry is dealing with, 4 of their 5 starters this year are new.
Yep.
So
They had to rebuild that line. Yep. Yeah, skill kids are back except for the quarterback. All those running backs are back.
So the Panthers are looking at a first down and 15 now. Ball marked back at the Central 35. And they're going to give it to Curtis. And Curtis with a couple of tough yards. Not much that time as he powers his way down near the 31.
Good job by several of the Crusaders, but Joe Roth, number 25, right there at the point of attack.
So we'll give him 3 on that carry. 2nd down and 12 as we come up on 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Our AultCare TV Game of the Week from WHBC Sports. Curtis the back behind Scurry. Man in motion, and he'll give it left side. That's Vea Leitner, and he breaks a tackle and gets a whole lot more on that far sideline right in front of the Perry student section.
Yeah, I think everybody thought the running back was down, and then he broke away for another 6 or 8 yards. Here's a good look at it. Great ball handling by Scurry. He had that defensive end back in the backfield looking at him. Right there, everybody thought he's tackled. He spun out of it. Good effort. Curtis cheering him on.
The ball is at the 13-yard line in the red zone now for the Panthers with a new set of downs as they march and attempt to tie this ball game up. And the give to Curtis. Curtis straight ahead, puts his head down and cracks down near the 5-yard line.
Well, you got to give credit to Nick Cianciola, 5'9", 160. And it was him and Curtis, one-on-one.
Yeah.
He did a good job of bringing him down.
Yeah, watch this.
Wow, that's Cianciola on his back there underneath Curtis. Tough kid.
Paid the price, but made the play.
Good look at Nick.
Ball is at the 5-yard line now. They can get a first down at about the 3. Give to Curtis. Curtis going to bounce it outside, walks into the end zone, and the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this one up with 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
That was a look we hadn't seen yet. They brought the wing back in motion, but instead of either handing it to him or taking him all the way across formation, they stopped him in the position of a fullback. So now you got a lead blocker, but Curtis, look at this bounce. Why should I run up in all that stuff when I got clear sailing into the end zone? Nice cut.
On to attempt the extra point is senior Cade Basham.
See the way Curtis flipped the ball to the official and just ran off the field like he'd been there before. You said he was there 22 times last year. I guess he has been there before.
Extra point is up and good, and our score with 5:36 to go here in the first quarter on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. It's Central 7 and Perry 7. We'll keep it right here as we've got a timeout.
Well, you know, you hear a lot of people say, well, Perry's so one-dimensional, you know. Well, yeah, if run and pass are the only 2 dimensions, but there's several dimensions to this run game. First of all, there's 2 wing backs and a setback, and they're all carrying it. The quarterback's capable. They can play action pass, and they give you so many different looks and types of runs. They are certainly difficult to prepare for.
Well, Mark, coming up at the end of tonight's ball game, we're going to bring you our Altman Health Foundation Player of the Game. Mark Miller and I will select the outstanding player from one of these 2 teams and name him the Altman Health Foundation Player of the Game coming up in our wrap-up report later on. Let's take a look at that Perry scoring drive that took Well, it went 80 yards.
Yeah, 80 yards in 6 plays. Took almost 3.5 minutes. A 5-yard TD run by Curtis. Extra point was good. That ties it up 7-7 at 5:36 of quarter number 1. And that's a little bit more what you expect out of Perry, that kind of a drive.
Cade Basham to kick off, and dropping back deep is Corlin Armour-Smith, number 16 for Central. He's looking directly into that sun. Basham crushes it high and deep, and Smith at the 5. Straight ahead, crosses the 20 and about the 22, 23-yard line.
Well, the kick coverage guy's got to love running down there under those kicks. I mean, he's getting them babies high, isn't he?
He really is.
Well, you know, Coach Wakefield said he thought he was the best kicker in the country. You know, he won a competition this summer with a 50-yard field goal. Last year, 46 out of 46 PATs. Certainly one of the better kickers around, that's for sure.
We've got a brand new ball game with 5:29 to go here in the first quarter. Perry 7, Central Catholic 7. The Crusaders with the football now. See how they respond following that Perry touchdown. Straight ahead, carrying the football, the junior, Chase Miller. Chase Miller playing in his 3rd battle of 13th Street. He's a junior. He's a big kid, 6 foot, 205 pounds.
Yeah, ran for almost 500 yards last year and 11 touchdowns. He can tote the mail up inside. A good compliment to Johnson and his agility back in the backfield as the quarterback.
Pickup of about 5 yards on first down. Ball is at the 28-yard line.
Look at that rush in comparison. Of course, Central, they scored on a fumble recovery. Haven't had a lot of offensive plays.
Johnson with the carry out near the 35-yard line. It's going to be enough for a Central Catholic first down. Now, you may have noticed the student bodies for both Perry and Central are wearing neon tonight, and we sent our Frank Salona to find out what's the story behind that. How about it, Frank?
All right, guys, well, thank you so much. I have Lauren with me, one of the varsity cheerleaders for Canton Central Catholic. And Lauren, you know, tonight's memory, I guess the neon colors is for Tommy Dometer. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you went to school with Tommy?
Yeah, I went to grade school with him.
All right, Tommy passed away, unfortunately, from cancer, and both schools are wearing the neon colors tonight in honor of Tommy. You can see Lauren's got it on her eye makeup, the head dress as well, and check out the pink socks as well. So all the cheerleaders and all the fans in the stands tonight with the neon for both sides. So you'll see that throughout the stadium tonight in honor of Tommy Dometer.
All right, thank you, Frank, and thanks to that fine young lady for chatting with us. And that report brought to you by SARTA. My friends at SARTA sponsoring our sideline report.
Nice
Football
move by the kids,
yep,
huh?
Yeah,
especially the kids from the other team. That's pretty good.
Ball just short of the 41-yard line.
Another good first down play. Keep those sticks moving. You don't want to take lost yardage.
2nd down and 4 from the 41 for the Crusaders. Miller tries to get outside, and he gets a couple as he broke out to the 43. And now the Crusaders are looking at a 3rd down and 2 with under 4 minutes to go here in the quarter.
Well, this is giving the ball to Miller with a chance for him to get around the corner. Dylan Johnson, after he hands it off, fakes like he's going to run up the middle to try to hold those backers, but that tackle was made on the perimeter. Well, they need this to get the ball up, try a chance to get across midfield on this drive.
Johnson fakes and goes forward, and he is hit, falls forward. He's going to get the first down. Nice second effort by the quarterback, Dylan Johnson, the 6'2" senior, just across the 45. It's a first down. The Crusaders keep the ball.
Well, we talked about Johnson being able to run. He threw for over 1,000 yards last year, so he's very capable throwing the ball. And, you know, Coach Linda Smith talked to him earlier in the week, and Johnson's starting to act and look and think like a quarterback now. Last year he got thrust into the position with Serpilla being injured in the preseason and really just filled in and learned on the go. But this year he's thinking like a quarterback.
at the 46-yard line. It's a first down and 10 for the Crusaders. Johnson looking, ball in the air, has a man out there, overthrows his intended receiver. Nick Ciacciola got behind the defender, but Johnson had just a touch too much on it.
That was a beautiful looking pass, wasn't it?
It was.
I'm not sure if the receiver knew he had that much in his arm. It looked like he was not expecting it to be that far. It kind of let up a little bit, but Vinny Scurry, number 71, the guy that Frank highlighted in the pregame, put a hit on Johnson just as he let that baby go. Those wear on you. Johnson will remember Scurry. Look at that. 3 first downs for both.
Second down and 10. Johnson gives to Miller. Miller thought the ball might have come out, but that was not the case. Miller crashes down to the 49-yard line. That's a pickup of 3 tough yards. So a third down and 7 play coming up for the Crusaders.
Well, the question here is, are you going to go for it on 4th down? If you are, you don't have to get all 7 on this next one. There's a look, kind of a fake to the wingback, and give it up to Miller inside. Some tough yardage up in there, but now this is a tough call.
Under 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Perry 7, Central Catholic 7. Here at Perry Stadium, our AltCare TV game of the week. Johnson back, throws, has a man wide open. 45, 40, and cut down at the 38-yard line.
Joe Roth, I think, isn't he? Yep, 25, Joe Roth. Nice catch. He just continued on across formation into the backside flat. Good patience by Johnson. A little dump off right there. The linebackers had dropped deep enough that he was wide open. That's a good conversion on 3rd and 7. You know, Johnson's tall. You know, listen at 6'2", but I stood on the sideline with him. He's a tall kid.
Well, and my early impression is he's very comfortable back there.
He does.
He sets up and surveys the field. Miller straight ahead with good yardage. Miller inside the 30 and pushed down at the 28.
Great push by the Crusader offensive line. That defense was moving backwards when Miller got the ball. You know, to finish up your point on Johnson, you know, it's especially hard for a kid as fast and agile as he is that knows he can run, not to run. There you see, just keep the legs moving. Offensive line's pushing him forward. A lot of times kids that know they can scramble. Why does Brady never leave the pocket? He can't. He can't run. But this kid can, and he still sat right in there.
So it's a first down and 10. Ball marked just inside the Perry 28-yard line. 1.5 minutes clock running here in the first quarter in a 7-7 ball game. And they're going to give it to the back. And near the 25-yard line on the carry. That was Vinny DeRuza, number 11. He's a 5'9" junior.
A little different look on the counter, giving it to DeRuza up in there. Let him think you're going to give it to Miller. It's a good first down play.
You got to be impressed with this Central drive. You know, coming off when you see the Perry team go 80 yards.
Great drive. Yeah. How many plays?
11 plays.
And they've just mixed a little bit of pass, mostly the run game. They're just buckling up the chin strap and let's go.
At the 24, Johnson tries to get outside, and he'll carry down near the 20-yard line.
Good pull by Johnson there. You know, that's a read. At least I'm assuming it is, that he gives it or keeps it. And Vinny Scurry, that big defensive tackle, was all over the running back, and Johnson pulled it and went around the corner. Now 3rd and short, and they're in 4-down territory.
Well, Jeff Lindesmith was on the field. He's going to let the quarter run out, and they'll get to talk about it here on their own sideline. So the clock winds down. We have 1 quarter in the books here at Perry Stadium. And what a ball game so far. The home team, the Perry Panthers 7. The visitors, the Central Catholic Crusaders 7 as well on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Back with second quarter action when we return.
With AltCare, you have more than just a health plan. You have a team of people whose purpose is to be your advocate. During all stages of life, AltCare will be there to ensure you receive the best health care. AltCare's dedicated staff puts your needs first, making sure you and your family receive quality health care services. AltCare, where you matter. Learn more at altcare.com.
Embarrassing
Embarrassed to smile at family events? Unable to enjoy your favorite foods because of loose dentures? Haven't been to the dentist in a while because of fear? Get healthy at the Amison Dental Group at 3684 Dressler Road Northwest. Let us get you the smile you deserve. Call us at 330-452-2255. Mention WHBC when you call and receive a free take-home whitening kit, a $250 value. Amison Dental Group, where everyone deserves to smile.
Scoreboard. We get ready to start the second quarter. Our score, Central 7 and Perry 7. And following the quarter break, we want to remind you that coming up at the end of tonight's ball game, our good friends at Friends and Family Credit Union bring you the rock solid play of the game. Mark and I will select a big play from one of these two teams in our wrap-up report, and we will announce that as our Friends and Family Credit Union rock solid play of the game. Stay tuned for that later on tonight.
These two teams already given us some good plays. Well, let's see if after the quarter break, Central can finish off this drive. It's been a great one so far.
And the Crusaders are looking at a 3rd down and 4. Ball is at the Perry 21-yard line. And Mark, what a break to let that quarter run out and really meet with your offense one-on-one there on the sideline.
And I think the defense needed a blow too. They've been out there for a while. A couple of those guys going both ways. I know Curtis is a linebacker in there. He also plays fullback.
At the 21-yard line now, 3rd down and 4. Big play in this ball game early on. Dillon back, Johnson looking. Flag comes in. Johnson going to throw as a man wide open, and he'll take it into the end zone, but very likely it's going to come back.
Thrown very early on, so yeah. Illegal shift against Central.
Yep, that's an illegal shift against the Crusaders, so it's going to come back. Again, another well-designed play, Mark, regardless.
It was, and good patience by Johnson. Watch this. He buys a little time, waiting for somebody to come open, pumps it, and there he goes. And beautiful throw on the run, hitting right in stride.
Yep.
But that'll look good on the film, except it's not going to count tonight.
So that puts the ball back at the 26 now, and looking at a 3rd down and about 8.
Now you got 3rd and long. Again, 4-down territory. You don't have to get it all. Don't force it downfield. Just get a gain.
2 receivers to each side. Johnson back, and another flag. And now we've got a procedure call against the Crusaders. So they have more or less shot themselves in the foot these last 2 plays.
Yeah, they sure have. They were right down in there around the 20-yard line, and now they're moving backwards. Of course, our game last week, I don't know that we're going to match a 1st and 49, but they are headed in the wrong direction.
Ball back to the 31. So a 3rd down now and about 15.
Take some of your options away as a play caller.
Johnson back, good protection. In trouble now, gets away, looking, puts the ball in the air towards the end zone and batted away. And a nice play back there by number 25, Frank Scurry, the safety, who jumped up and batted it away.
Good timing by Scurry. I think Johnson thought, you know, let's just give it a shot. I got 2 white shirts down there. They might tip it around and give me a big play. Instead, the big play was made by the guy in black. You saw the left hand go up high and knock it out of bounds. Nice play.
Alex Stallnaker was the intended receiver down there, number 34 right now, down near the goal line. So you're looking at a 4th down and about 15.
Yeah, you know, if you punt it and you kick it in the end zone, you're gaining 11 yards, so you might as well try to gain a few, but I think Central's going to take a timeout and make sure they know what they want to do.
Yep. Jeff Lindesmith calls a timeout with 11:40 to go here in the first half of play. We're tied at 7 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Hey, we invite you to stay with us. Coming up at halftime, our good friends at Malone University sponsor the band halftime performance for both Central Catholic and Perry. A big thanks to Malone University sponsoring our halftime show, hosted by our Frank Salona.
You know, you mentioned that Perry won last year at Central. I know 2 years ago, Central won here at Perry. I think somewhere I read the last 4 years a visiting team has won. That is really unique in a rivalry game like that.
Yeah, that's what makes it so special.
Yeah.
There's no home field advantage, really.
Well, this is the home for everybody, I guess, just down the road, right?
There you go. There you go. Hey, don't forget, every Friday night on 1480 WHBC, you can hear the best and only post-game scoreboard show in Stark County. You can find out how everyone did, who made the great plays, who had a tough night, and much, much more. It's the Hammersmith Insurance Scoreboard Show only on 1480 WHBC every Friday night during the high school football season. So following the timeout, again, the Crusaders are looking at a 4th down and about 15, and the ball is marked at the 31-yard line.
Well, unless they got some kind of deceptive play, expect them to throw the ball down the field, thinking that if it is intercepted, it'd be just as good as a punt. Get them back down in there. Perry blitzes.
And it's thrown and nearly picked off. What a great job. What a great call by the defensive coordinator for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think that was number 31 coming off this back corner, Richard Coleman. We've called his name as a running back. He came off this left side, which for Johnson is his blind side because he is left-handed.
And Jaron Curtis was the only person really in the area. You can see the pressure there by Coleman. Dylan Johnson had to get rid of it. All right, as Jaron Curtis stays on the field and lines up in the offensive backfield, let's take a look at his stats so far here early in the second quarter. Not a bad start for Curtis.
Yeah, it's not bad. He had a couple of pretty long runs, but yeah, he can pile it up in a hurry. You know, he's built so sturdily that you just think he's 3-yard kind of guy. But we've seen last year and this year already where he can get out in the open, and it takes a while for him to catch him and bring him down.
31-yard line, 1st down and 10. And now Central Catholic is not, well, they may have only had 10 men on the
10
field.
Players,
so they recognized it. They get a timeout. We're going to step aside on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. It's Central 7, Perry 7. Back in just a moment.
Don't hide it. We know that sometimes emotions just get the better of you, especially at the Honda Summer Spectacular event. And we know getting a deal on the Honda Civic, a 2018 KBB.com Best Buy, can be quite liberating, especially when this stylish Honda Civic comes with Sport Mode. Yes! Yes! Express what you're feeling at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
I'm happy you're happy.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Civic today.
For nearly 40 years, Expert Auto Collision has been serving Stark County with premium customer service and collision repair. Bring your wrecked vehicle and they'll immediately get to work with you and your insurance company to get your vehicle back to pre-accident condition. Expert Auto Collision's professional crew has the experience and the drive to bring your damaged vehicle back to life.
Don't let an accident get your goat. Come see me, Tara, at Expert Auto Collision, the only female-owned and operated collision repair center in Northeast Ohio.
Expert Auto Collision, where we meet good people by accident.
Y'all know it's football season. Around these parts, football season is barbecue season. If you want to score big on game day, make slow-smoked Old Carolina